Hello, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Karina, and today I am going to teach you guys on how to contour your face, or how I contour my face. So I know that I have been missing for a little bit, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, I did ask you a few questions about the usual problem or common problems when it comes to contouring, which is, I understand why so many people made a mistake. So if you guys want to know what it is, keep on watching and let's get right into the video. So I would like to just have a little talk and give you guys a little bit of understanding what contour is. So I asked a question on my Instagram: do you contour your face with just a bronzer, or do you have a different shade to work with or to get a nice sculpted contour face? Some of you guys, which is not many people, says that they only use a bronzer, and that's common for me. And also another common mistake that normally people try to contour is the shade of your contour or your bronzer. I've seen so many mistakes when people choose color that's too dark for them, and it breaks my heart because first thing first, when you want to bronze your face, okay, using a bronzer, you don't need too dark shade. So I've been using this by Fenty Beauty. I hit the pan already. I really love this color, this shade. This is Island Ting. This is pretty much like probably 2 to 3 shades warmer than my skin tone, right? It's probably one or two shade. I used to be a lot more tanner, so this usually doesn't look that much different, but I can still work with the product, right? And another one I use, this is by Hoola in terracotta number 5 or 5.5, I can't remember. So it's either two of these. This is like my favorite bronzer that I use for myself. So I usually use the bronzer to warm up my face, like warm up my whole face, not my whole face, the area that I want to, like, you know, where the sun hit your face, right? That's why they call it, like, you look like, you know, the sun kissed you. Makes sense, right? So I usually use a brush that is pretty fluffy. I like big brush to work with my bronzer, right? So okay, one thing that when you choose a shade that is too dark for your skin tone, it's going to be really hard for you to work with the product. So if you realize that the more you put the product, the more you try to be careful with it, but as soon as you put the product on your face, it starts to get, you know, muddy. The more you blending the product, the more it get muddier and dirtier, if you notice that. So that's the problem. So now I have this, I'm using this bronzer by Fenty Beauty, and I'm gonna start warming up my forehead. Okay, it's okay, you can go ham on it. So now you get the idea why I said that you don't have to choose a shade that is too dark for you, you know. So I like to blend close to my hairline, right? So now you can see that my forehead is slightly warmer and more alive. I've already do my makeup, my eyes, and also my concealer. You can use the same method if you like to use a base cream contour. So I like it, but I like simple stuff, so this is why I share this technique with you guys. So I just pretty much like warm up my skin with this. See, the more I dip into it, I don't have to worry that I'm going to look too dark, right? Close to my forehead as well. So, okay. So now you can see that I hope I get into that, right? And then I'm gonna bring it down to my cheek, right? So this is where you thought that this is the steps of contouring. This is a part of the step, but this is not the end. This is not the finishing of the steps, right? So now you can see that I have pretty much warmer face. Okay, so you can see now bronzer without a bronzer, right? But still my face is not that sculpted. So sometimes I like to go out just like this if I want to look like natural. I don't care about, you know, like I want to look too snatched and whatever. So this is fine by me. Sometimes I'm cool with it, but if I want to go for a really like snatch type of beat, here come it is. So there is another, this is where I contour my face, which is I sculpt my face. So I like to use, this is Hoola bronzer by Benefit. This is slightly deeper tone than this one. This is more warmer. This is like deeper tone than the other one that I used to bronze up my face. If I use this alone for my bronzer, I look crazy. So I cannot use this alone as a bronzer, right? Unless I get really tan or whatever, then I could probably use this alone. This is pretty too warm for me. The idea about contour is if you know a shadow, the color of the shadow is like gray. So things that is perfect to contour or sculpt your face is gray or slightly more towards that shade, right? So what I like about this, it has that grayish kind of like tone, right? So this is where I sculpt my face. I like to go slightly higher like that and start to contour my face. That. Right? So the idea is when you contour your face, you have to look what suits your face shape and what's suitable for your feature as well. So my advice is practice. One day you try this way and the next day you try the other way, and in the end of the day, throughout those trials, you will know what's best for you, right? So now, as you can see, I kind of like, my face is kind of like sculpted slowly. But then I'm kind of like more careful. I am more careful using this than this one, right? Right? So I kind of like try to blend with my bronzer as well, but still be careful. The interesting part. You can use Beauty Blender, but I like to use this triangle sort of really sharp edge to do this method. So right now I am going to bake. Okay, so if you are like me, you don't like to use cream based contour, right? You can, this will be really amazing for you, right? There you go. So I baked right here. For a little bit so that it will sit and shape the contour. So this is where when I usually bake under here, I go like, you know, wear mascara or do my lips, you know, I don't have to worry about that. I'll show you guys the difference, just the bronzer and without it, and with the contour, sorry. Right. Okay, now you can see that this is only the bronzer, right? It's still cute, like I'm not saying it's not, right? It's still cute, but if you want to look more snatched, if you are going for that kind of like look, then this is where the snatch technique come along. Now move along to a nose contour. So if you can see that I don't have a super thin nose, I have a very small nose and also flat. That's fine, you can work with that. So I usually use straight this contour by Hoola, right? And contour my nose. So I use like sort of like angle brush like this. Make sure like it's just slightly dense but not too fluffy, right? So I will place the product first, like where I want to contour. So for instance, I'll pick up the product and place the product right here. I usually connect to the inner corner of my eyebrow, right? See? Now you've got those, and like it's still going to make me look not too, you know, like too contour. I don't like that as well, but I still want a little bit of definition on my nose. So this is how I do it. A nose that's slightly longer towards here. This is where you place the product under here. I don't, so I don't need it, right? So what I do, I pretty much just connect towards the end, and I like my nose to look like a little button here, so I would just like create a straight line a little bit. It's cute. So with the same brush, try to clean it a little bit, and I blend the product so that there is no harsh line, right? Together. So that will work. I do have a client who doesn't like to contour her nose, but it's just that it makes my makeup just look flat. I don't get it. So now I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and brush off the loose powder that you picked earlier. Boom, that's it. A little bit of blush, right? And tap it right here. I don't like anything to bring my blush towards my cheek, so I usually just apply it right here, right? Instead of like I sweep off the product, so I dab the product on it. Okay. And then, where's my highlight? Shit. And then I'm gonna take my highlight and use brush and sort of like highlight towards this area. I don't like too blinding these days for some reason, but so this is where you highlight. You don't highlight in the middle of your forehead, because when the light hit your face, this is where when you turn your light, the light will, you know, give a reflection on your face, like you have like 3D, you know, definition, sort of like that. So don't try to avoid this area, right? If you put this area, you're gonna look oily as hell. But if you put this area, you look like you have $1 million skin. And I like to use my finger instead of a brush, up to you. And put it down the middle, here, and right here. Instead of like I create a straight line, I put on the bridge, in the middle right here, right? And my nose. I mean on the tip. Okay. Can put a little bit right here. I like. I don't like it that much, but that's great. If your setting spray has the worst spray, so what I do, I will spray 1, 2, and then start to spray on my face, or else it's just splashing all over your face, squirting on your face, and it's going to mess up your face makeup, right? So instead of I go in the middle, I spray towards the outer area, so I avoid place that it gets oily fast. And then that's it. So I hope you guys find this tutorial very useful. If you want to, you know, change a little bit on your makeup routine, go ahead, you can try this technique. And don't forget to like my video and subscribe. If you guys follow me on Instagram, don't forget to tag me or share this technique on your story and let me know if it works perfect for you. If any question, just ask me on the comments, and yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.